Hello everyone, my name is Yuri Kasdorp from Mouse, and we are back with another track guide. This time we are on Hockenheimring for the second to last week of the season, and we are in the Ford. GT3s were here once before this season, not in the GT Sprint series, but in IMSA. From that we know the Ford, very nice car to drive here, good choice to drive, handles everything well. You just have to, in some spots, look out for a bit of traction with this car. So, how to take this track, how to drive in the Ford, let's get over it in this track guide. Right, we're here, last sector, cold tires. Base fuel as usual. About to start our lap. So, turn 1, want to take the curb on the entry, not on the apex. I want to avoid the off track, that's easy to get on the exit. Where this will go over. Turn 2, want to brake just before the curb. Try to set up a nice exit. I got the long back straight. Want to brake again right where the curb starts. Make sure to get the car stopped and fired out of the corner for a nice exit. Really have to slow down and lock there. Mercedes arena. Brake just before the engine road on the right side. Try to keep the car tight. We'll get a nice entry for this corner here. Run a bit wide on the exit. Run very wide on the exit there, like just before the tarmac change. And last corner. Run wide in the middle. Set it for a nice exit. Curb on the inside. That's a lap around Hockenheimring. Closer look from the outside cam. Right, so here we are from the outside cam. We'll have a closer look at how we drive and what line we take. So for turn 1, I park the left side tires and the left side curb here. You can look for a brake marker somewhere here, but I'm looking for the apex already. So the brake marker is somewhere on the curb. You don't brake hard, you just step the brake a bit, make sure the weight is on the front. And then try to get as close as you can to this orange curb here without hitting it. Going all over it can also work, but it's very inconsistent for me, so I prefer to just slightly miss it and then have a consistent, nice exit out of the corner. Talking about the exit, the curb here, it's not quite clear where the off track is. So we are here and we're not on the off track. What does that mean? The off track, I think, is where the middle of the car is on this line here, and then maybe you can go a bit wider afterwards. But what I'm aiming for when I'm driving with the Mustang is that my right side tires should not cross this line here. So I want my right side tires to not hit or cross this line here, and that's when I know I'm good for the off track. It's very hard to see in the car when you're driving where exactly the off track is. You need to get a bit of a feel for it. Because again, when you're driving in the car, you don't know where this middle of the car is. So you need to find a reference. For me in the Ford, it helps with the right side tires on this line. On some cars that are a bit narrower, you might be able to just about cross this line without getting the off track as well. So, bit frustrating, bit of a learning curve there. Then turn 2, you can either follow this white line, brake in a straight line, or what I like to do is come slightly off the white line and brake onto the curb a bit. Then for the braking, I start properly braking just before this entry road here, just before the curb starts. With properly braking, I mean when I'm driving in this car, I like to slowly build up the brake a bit and load the front. That way I have a bit more grip into the corner. So instead of just slamming the brakes like you normally do in like a Formula car, or for example other games ABS, this car specifically, some other GT3s as well, I like to build on the brakes a bit earlier. Then we're on the curb on the entry, or we're just going in a straight line, depending on what line you took. Try to take a nice apex here for good exit. Good exit is important for the long backstraight. Backstraight, we just follow the inside. There's not much to it. And for the biggest overtaking opportunity around the track, and one of the trickiest corners, I think as well, I look to brake just before this curb on the left side starts. Brake in the straight line, and then you have to slow down the car a lot here. So you don't want to end up going too slow before the corner here. That way you'll have to release the brakes and the car will stop turning before you get to the apex. So you want to actually go maybe a bit deeper. You don't have to hit the apex, but it feels like you're almost parked here. If you see my speed here, I'm going 48. For me, especially in this car, because it doesn't have the best traction, that's faster than going a bit more wide and going a throttle later. So what I do is I come to the corner, I feel like I stop the car completely, and then slam the throttle and kind of drive in a V. That way I have a much better exit. So let's have a look in the Coach Dave Delta app, how that looks like. Here we are in the Delta. Then at the hairpin here, we can zoom in a bit. As you can see, we're braking for the corner, and then almost stopped here with apex speed of 46. So if you're fast on the bicycle, you can go past me here. We stop it completely, get the car turned, and then you can see quite aggressive with the throttle, because the moment I go on throttle, I'm going pretty straight to get out of the corner. And what you can see then here is that we kind of go like a V. So this shape, it's not a round shape through the corner, it's kind of V shape. We kind of brake straight for the apex, we brake, stop at the apex and go again. And some cars, for example the Audi, a round corner will work a bit better. Some cars, for example the McLaren or the Ferrari, you really want to make this V work to make use of the bad traction to straighten the car up as quick as you can. So quite an interesting corner here. Feels a bit weird, but in some cars it's faster to do it this way. Then we go to the Mercedes section. And this corner's easy flat. All you want to do is take a wide entry here, just to make sure that by the time we get to the breakpoint here, we're already quite far to the right side. Talk about the breakpoint, I brake just before this entrance road. I make sure that my car is at this curb or very close to this curb at the 50, where I start turning in. We don't want to go all the way right on the exit here. We want to make sure that on the entry of the right-hander, we have two tires here on the left side curb. Small lift, and then you can either drive over the top of this curb, or you can go all the way on the inside. For me, going all the way on the inside with this particular setup upset the rear a bit. So it depends a bit what setup you're running. If you run all the way to the inside, if your car can handle it, or you run over the top of the curb. On the exit though, you can run very wide. So you can run all over this anti-cut here. And then what I like to do is keep my tires on the left side before or until this curb ends. To not have the car get upset. Then you want to be as close as well as you can, and there's this kind of mark, or the white line has a bend in it. And we want to use this bend as our turning point. So right at this bend here, small tap on the brake, down the gear, and you want to use the inside curb here, maybe even more than I did here, to get the car to rotate into stadium section. Exit here, you can run very wide, 2 tires in the gravel. This is still not even off track. Very wide, you need to have 2 tires properly in the gravel if you want to get the off track. Get over to the right side as quick as we can. Brake just before the tarmac changes color. And then here we want to not use a V, we want to make the corner round. So you have the banking as well. Careful with the section here in some of the front engine cars. You can run all the way wide here, but you have to be careful with being right on the edge of this curb and here as well, to not get the car too upset and jumping around in all these direction changes. Then what's important here for the last two corners, you want to brake a little bit, quite a long time to the left hand side, and try to carry the speed. So we're braking quite long a little bit because we're turning. And then you want to make sure that in the middle of the last corner here, you got two tires. Either you're staying to the right, it depends a bit what car you're running, stay to the right of this red anti-cut, or in cars like the Ford that don't really notice the red anti-cut, you can run over them. And then you want to, where the red anti-cut ends, you want to go back to the inside again, to the inside, green AstroTurf, run over the curb, and set up the car for a nice exit. And here again, two tires in this gravel, or close to this gravel. Here is not even an off-track, so you can run very, very wide on the exit to end your lap around the Hockenheimring. Right, so there we go. Nice car to drive. Quite a nice week. Make sure to get up past these people in this nice overtaking opportunity into the hairpin. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see everyone next week for the next track guide.